Most people are too afraid to say it out loud. But deep down, they're wondering, what if I never get to retire? What if I work until I'm 70 and still can't afford to slow down? If that's crossed your mind, you're not alone. But here's the truth. You don't need to earn six figures to retire with freedom and dignity. You just need a plan that works for you. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to build exactly that, step by step. Here's what you'll learn today. We'll talk about how much you really need to retire comfortably, and it's probably less than you think. You'll learn why traditional retirement advice often fails average earners. I'll break down the three-part strategy that works even if you're earning $40,000, $50,000, or $60,000 a year. We'll go over the biggest money traps that quietly destroy your retirement timeline. And at the end, I'll walk you through how someone earning just $55,000 can still retire with over $1 million in assets without winning the lottery or picking the perfect stock. Quick question before we dive in. What does your ideal retirement actually look like? Is it peace of mind, more time with family, travel? Drop your vision in the comments. I'd love to see what we're all working toward. Let's get into it. Part 1. The retirement myth most people believe. We've been sold a retirement dream that only works if you're in the top income bracket. You know the story. Work for 40 years, save in your 401k, maybe invest a little on the side, and then ride into the sunset at 65 with a paid-off house and $1 million in the bank. But for most people, especially those not making six figures, that just doesn't line up with reality. Here's why. Wages haven't kept up with inflation. Pensions have almost disappeared. Social Security might not be enough to live on. And many people start saving late because life happens, whether it's kids, debt, rising rent, or job loss. So if you're in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s and feeling behind, it's not because you failed. It's because the model wasn't built with you in mind. But here's the good news. You don't need a six-figure income to build a six-figure or even a seven-figure retirement. You just need a different framework, one that focuses on consistency, smart choices, and intentional living. So what does that actually look like? It starts by understanding how much you really need. Part 2, what you actually need to retire comfortably. Here's where most people get overwhelmed. They hear numbers like $1.5 million or $2 million to retire, and they instantly check out. But let's simplify it. The average retiree spends about $48,000 per year. That's roughly $4,000 a month for housing, food, transportation, healthcare, entertainment, and everything else. Now, if your house is paid off, or you downsize, or you retire in a more affordable location, that number drops significantly. And then there's Social Security. The average monthly benefit is around $1,800. That could cover almost half of your monthly needs, which means you may only need about $2,200 per month from your personal savings. So let's do the math. If you follow the 4% rule, which says you can safely withdraw 4% of your portfolio every year without running out of money, you'd need around $660,000 saved. Not $2 million, not even $1 million, just $660,000. And that number could be even lower if you earn a little income during retirement, relocate to a cheaper area, or reduce major costs like housing or healthcare. The point is this: you don't need a mansion in Miami or to fly first class. You just need a solid plan, a clear target, and consistency. So, how do you build that portfolio, especially if you're not making a big income? Let's talk strategy. Part 3, the three-part strategy for building wealth without a big income. If you're earning $50,000 a year, you probably can't out-earn your way to retirement, but you can outplan, outsave, and outinvest. Here's the three-part strategy that makes it possible. First, maximize your gap, the difference between what you earn and what you spend. Track every dollar. Cut small recurring costs. For example, trimming $300 per month from your spending adds up to $3,600 a year. Over 20 years, invested at 7%, that becomes more than $160,000. That Netflix, gym, and takeout combo, that's a car in retirement. Second, automate your savings and invest early. If you only save what's left after you spend, nothing will be left. So pay yourself first. If your employer offers a 401k with a match, take full advantage. Then open a Roth IRA and contribute even $50 a month. Choose low-cost index funds like VTI or FXAIX. These are diversified, proven, and perfect for long-term investing. Even small amounts compound. Saving just $100 a month for 30 years at an 8% return gives you around $135,000. $300 a month? That's over $400,000. And that doesn't even include your 401k, your HSA, or your home equity. Third, make lifestyle decisions with retirement in mind. You may not earn $200,000, but you can buy a duplex and house hack, live in a lower cost city, drive your car for 10 years instead of 3, and resist the urge to inflate your lifestyle every time you get a raise. Every yes to something now is a no to your future freedom. But every smart decision builds momentum. You don't need to impress anyone. You need options. Of course, even the best strategies can fall apart if you're not careful. So next, let's cover what to avoid. Part 4, the 5 retirement killers that sneak up on you. Here are 5 silent retirement killers that especially affect people on modest incomes. First, not starting early. Even if you can only put away $25 a month, do it, because time matters more than timing. Second, assuming you'll just work forever. You might love your job, but layoffs happen, health issues show up, aging parents need care. Retirement isn't always a choice, so plan like it won't be. Third, carrying high-interest debt into retirement. A $5,000 balance at 20% interest costs $1,000 a year, just in interest. That's a vacation or several months of groceries, gone. Fourth, banking on an inheritance or a lucky break. Hope is not a plan. Build your retirement on what you can control. And fifth, forgetting about healthcare. Even with Medicare, you'll still face out-of-pocket costs, premiums, and possibly long-term care. If you're eligible, contribute to a health savings account. And consider budget planning for healthcare expenses during retirement. Avoiding just 1 or 2 of these can make a massive difference. Now let's look at how everything we've talked about comes together in real life. Part 5. A realistic retirement plan on a $55,000 salary. Let's say you're 33 years old and making $55,000 a year. You've got bills, maybe some debt, and you're not saving much right now. But you're ready to change that. You commit to saving 15% of your income. That's $82,500 per year. Your employer matches 4%, so you get an extra $2,200. Now you're investing over $10,000 a year. You put it into low-cost index funds with a 7% return. By the time you're 65, with 32 years of contributions, you'll have over $1.1 million. No side hustles, no inheritance, just consistency. At retirement, you downsize your home, cut unnecessary expenses, and start pulling 4% from your portfolio. That's around $44,000 per year. Add in your Social Security benefits, and now you're living on over $60,000 per year in retirement. You never made 6 figures, but now you can live like you did. So here's the bottom line. Retirement isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep, how you grow it, and how early you start. If you're earning an average income, don't count yourself out. You don't need a miracle. You need a map. And the best part is, you can start today, not next year, not after you get a raise. Today, revisit your spending, automate your investing, and focus on building your version of financial freedom. If this video helped, consider subscribing. I break down personal finance for real people. No fluff, no hype, just clear steps to help you take control of your future. And leave a comment below. What's your biggest question about retiring without a 6-figure salary? I read everyone, and who knows, your question might be the topic of the next video. Until next time, stay consistent, stay focused, and remember, it's not about earning more, it's about planning better.